One. All right, go. We are the same thing here. Go live. Oh yeah, of course I click on Instagram, go live, and it doesn't go live. Of course. Mm. Mm. All right. Well, it's not live. Let's go. Go live. I think it is. There we are. Yep. Now we're live. Okay. We're on Instagram. We are on Facebook and we're on YouTube. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for your patience. We're only an hour late, and I'll take full responsibility for that because I am clearly not technically savvy. As hard as I try, it just didn't work. I'm going to take, I guess there's no need to have that in there. I had my phone as a backup, but anyway. So I can't see now I can't, see, here's what the other thing that's new to me on this platform is I cannot see comments. But if you are with us on Facebook, please let us know, and Instagram, please let us know where you're dialing in from. I'm not sure if I can get a hold of this or not, but it's not working out for me here. Whoops, wrong. Let's see if I can. Oh, Jesus, do that and do that. I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this double duty here. Oh. Back to my old standards. Mm-hmm. my standby. Yep. So I have see, because I'm not sure who's here. I don't operate. If there are people here, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't operate very well on blind faith, and that's what I'm feeling right now is blind faith because I can't see comments, and I don't know how to get that activated. I'm afraid to touch any more buttons because I've apparently set up about 3 different accounts on Restream, just trying to log in. Here we go. I'm going to go live here on this one too. So we'll have 2 Instagram streams going at the same time. Yikes. All right. I'm going to close that one. There we go. Now, and let me just see what's going on here. Okay. All right. I'm just going to talk. I'm not used to talking to a blank screen. Thank you, Kyla, for joining us and for being so patient. I see something down here that says chat. Oh, there we are. Ooh, yeah, Tracy. Oh my God, Tracy. Have you been part of this actual circus that's been happening here for literally the last hour? I tell you. Oh, here we go. So now I've got all my good friends rolling in here on Facebook, on Instagram on the other side. This is my comfort. Hey, Margaret, thank you, everybody. We're like a full hour late, so maybe that's okay if we're like an hour late. If we had been like 15 minutes or half an hour late, it would have been weird. Now it's just an hour late, and we'll be here till 7 for those of you that have got the time. I hope. Yeah, it's been a trip, all right. So we've got Newton SQ. We've got Hair by Darla D. Welcome. Nancy _Lee. Shelly, be sure to, hey, Kate, did you see that? Have you been part of this? Hey, Mary, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Okay, we've got some clicks. We got some chats happening on Restream. We got some chats happening on Instagram. I tell you what, folks, I bailed. I gave up on my technical thing of having 3 channels at once. So this might be happening twice on Instagram. I'm just not sure. But be sure to post in the comments. Hey, DSOTTI. Yeah. Slick Rick 182. Yep. So IB, what do I do? Well, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just type in the comments where you're from. I'll be doing 2 things. I did this last week. It worked okay. In the comments, where you're from, what the weather's like there. But we're going to dive right into it. Today, I have a special guest. Kyla Dinal. Kyla is a dog trainer. She owns a company called Easy Breezy Dog Training, and she's also an author of a couple of really cool books that we're going to introduce here shortly. But before we do all that, I'm just going to say hi to my friends here over on this side because I can't see, I'm only seeing a couple comments there. Call me 67. How are you? Portia the therapy dog. Hi, welcome back. Okay. Mary Mass Realtor from Florida. Good to see you here. Welcome. And I have my assistant Vina, so please everybody post your comments. Hey, Loafman, how are you? Post your comments, and if I miss, or your questions, if I miss them, my assistant Vina is on the line here. Say hi to Vina. She's going to capture the questions, and she'll be, whoops, here we go again. She'll be sending them to me. And so we'll be able to catch them. And if I don't, I'll do them separately. But yeah, your dog, GSTX. Okay, I know you're excited to get into this. So let's just dive right in. Kyla, welcome to Live at 5. Well, it's now live at 6. with me. And please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you, your company, and how you happen to be here.
Hey, Karen. I just worked in an international department with.
Oh, you're cutting out.
Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now. You're cutting out there. Yeah, I can hear you now. Mm-hmm.
All right, just hear me. Well, it's Kyla. I'm training. Am I still good, Karen? Oh
no, you keep cutting out. I don't know if that's my end or your end.
Thing here. Let me just. I don't know if it's my mic. Can you hear me? Okay, now you hear me better? Yes.
You keep cutting out. Your lips are moving and there's no sound.
No.
Can you hear me, Mary? Can you hear Mary on your end? I'm just have Mary Jones here. I can. She typed a no. I don't know if that means you can't hear us.
Can't hear me?
And
I don't know. Hello. Hear me?
Okay, you're cutting out.
I don't know what's happening here.
Oh, I see what may be happening.
I don't know.
Stand by. I know it could be my end here. Let me just try one more thing.
Okay. Hello, Breezy. Can you hear me? This is working tonight. Okay. Karen is frozen. No. We've lost Karen. Hey, Finley, what are we going to do? Such a good boy. Yeah. Say hi. Sit. Can you sit? Are you too tired?
No, it should be back now. Can you hear me now?
Yep. We can hear you. Hey, Karen.
All right. Well, we've got Kyla's frozen. You can only hear me. Thanks, Mary. Oh, it said I ended the stream. I didn't. I just changed my internet signals really bad. And I think that's what's going on with Kyla. All right. Okay. Well, here we go. Okay. We've got some questions coming in here, but I want to, well, Kyla's trying to, hope she's reconnecting. I'm going to, there she is.
I'm going to call. No, you can't hear me?
No, can't hear you. Okay, here we go. Okay, while we're doing that, I'm going to just start singing, Kyla, when you get connected, because I can't hear you. Yep. Okay.
Hello?
Maisie 247, welcome. Now I got you.
You hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh.
can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Okay, are you still there?
I was just about to
I can
on
hear
my laptop.
Okay, you're frozen on the screen, but I can hear you on the side. So we'll let. So we've got lots of people on the side here. We've got some schnauzers, Cavapoo. We've got Little Paws Bunch. That's cool. Margot Curran from Florida. RMAC 55730. Cold and windy in Wisconsin. Well, you know what? It's actually perfect here today for the first time. Oh, hey, I can't pronounce that's a big long name, but from Stockholm, Sweden. Welcome, Ingel Amel Vist. Okay, Angela from Oswego. It's raining in New York. From Oswego, New York. Raining there. Annabelle Ramirez. Oh, Kyla's out. Now she's in. I'm not sure what happened there. Kyla lost you. Esme from California. Welcome. Florentino Cavo. Cavoodles. I love Cavoodles from Australia, all the way from Australia. So excited to have you here. Katie Carmela from New York. You've had some rain lately. We had some like today and last night for sure. Okay. Hey, Hair by Darla D. Two Old English Sheepdogs. Green Meadow Works, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay. So Kyla's logged in with her laptop. Let's hope that works. Court 3M joined. Hey, Michigan, welcome. Edward David Dior, Los Angeles, 90 degrees and yucky humid. We have had like a solid week of humid weather here. It's been yucky is an understatement for sure. Okay, PM Dearest, English Mastiff was soft. He'd been fighting her sister, another Mastiff, and it's never happened before. What are the age of both dogs? And what's the daily routine look like for them? Give me their ages to start with. And how long have they been fighting? We've got Tracy Franken on here. Tracy's an expert in that. We were having a message and meeting about that today, actually. So, yeah, PM Deerish 1, let me know the age of those dogs and how long they've been fighting. Harley Lewin, Portland, Maine, 68. Lucky. Nice there. Okay. Barkley, 27. Husband's dog. I have my husband's dog. He wanted for comfort, but he passed on. So after he passed, during the chaos that followed his death, we got little to no training. Yeah, that happens. And oftentimes that happens with your energy. You know, energy is stressful. And as Tracy, my good friend Tracy Franken likes to say, it's hard to be present for your dog when you're in that state of mind. I fully understand that. So what's happening with the dog now? How's he doing? Susan McDonald, 1972, Houghton, Washington State. Tracy O'Grady, good day from Queensland, Australia. Good day, welcome, welcome. Most party of 6, Myrtle Beach. Just walked your whole dog pack before the big storm. Oh, can you hear me? People are saying they can't. Annabelle Ramirez. So double tap your screen on if you're on Instagram. Just double tap your screen to let me know if you can hear me. B Bushy 218 from Northern Ontario. What part of Northern Ontario? Now I'm muted. What? I shouldn't be. I should be going. If I can't. Wait a second. Maybe this got turned off. Oh, of course. Can you hear me now? Oh my God, this is like technical nightmare. This is the apocalypse of technology today. I have to say, I'm glad that everybody, I'm loving that you're all here. Thank you for your patience. Can you hear me now? Dolly Marie, SOSA, can you hear me now? Double tap the screen if you can hear me. Little Pause Bunch from Texas, welcome. Can't hear you. Kate, can you hear me now? Double tap if you can hear me. If you can't, then I'm gonna yank this microphone altogether. I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, I'm seeing some hearts. Maybe it means you can hear. You can hear me? Okay. Thank you. Vina on standby. It's always good to have somebody on standby. Now I got to put this thing where I can. There we go. You know what? I can always do this. Put the microphone towards the computer so we can hear Kyla. All right, folks. So if I, whoops, where'd we go? I just lost all the comments. There we go. Oyster Bay, welcome. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you. Yes, Portia, therapy dog. Thank you. Okay, yes, good. All right, yay, it's working. Oh my God, I tell you what, I get like serious headaches over this technical stuff because I am not tech savvy. Kyla, speak. Can we hear you now? Well, this just comes in on private chat, but I don't have any voice. Okay. No, I'm not hearing you. Oh.
There we go. I was waiting patiently.
Now I can't even get her to come in. Oh my Jesus.
Can you hear me?
Lord love us.
Can everybody hear me? Come on. Can you hear me now?
Oh, let's see this. Invite guests. Oh, I know why. I bet you, Kyla, I've got to send you a new link to log into with your laptop. Try this. I'll just post that. I don't know. Try that. Okay, folks. So, we're waiting for Kyla to join us because I don't want to take away her thing. I'm going to go in here and look at some questions. I see 5 questions already in there. You can hear me now. Thank you. Oh, thank you, everyone for let me know. And I finally looked at the screen and saw that. Okay, a couple questions here. Hair by Darla D. My 2-year-old English sheepdog pulls when I run her and gets aggressive when she sees other dogs. Well, when you say run her, so are you running? My dogs pull if I'm running too, actually. That's why I walk. I'm not a good runner to start with. But that's why I walk. Aggressive when she sees other dogs. And I find that they can. How old is 2-year-old? Okay. And how long has she been doing that? And what kind of training has she had? I would, if she gets aggressive when you see other dogs, you get tense and when you say run, are you running her and she sees another dog? That's a little, I know I'm probably better at it than I am, but I would say that's risky. I want to, you can teach her to look at you. You can really work hard at home on that look command. And then before she amps up, before she gets to that stage where she's so adrenalized, you want to interrupt that state of mind by having her look at you. And you can use food if you want, and just keep moving. Don't stop. A lot of people see, you get a dog that's, acting up on another dog. They slow down, they tighten up on the leash. That just gives the dog all those signals that they need to say they're supposed to do what they're doing. So I would keep moving, and B, at home, get him to look at her, get her to look at you. And hopefully that'll work. Vero Barajas. Sorry. My 7-month-old corgi gets aggressively way too excited and barks only when he sees the dogs. Yeah. I have a corgi that comes here that's the same, and corgis are herding dogs, and that's partly the herding. And his owner I said the same thing to her. My advice to her was to, at home, work on the look command, work on all meals from hand, sit on the floor. I'll have you backstage. Oh my God. Okay. Jesus. Sorry. Oh. I can tell you, folks, I'm never going to use Restream again. Just my commitment to all of you that have taken the time to join us on Instagram and taken the time to join us on Facebook. She says she could hear me both. So Kyla has joined on Facebook. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do here, honestly. Does anybody know? This is not, we're going to have her back, folks. So, because this is a disaster. Literally, it's a disaster. It's as simple as that. I'm back. Hopefully it works this time. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. It's probably the same link. Okay, well, you said you're back. So how do I get you from backstage to front stage? I truly am afraid to touch another button here, because the last time I did, I set up a new account. Oh my God. Yeah. Bean, if you can hear me, how do I get Kyla from backstage? She says I've got her in backstage. I don't know how that works. I can't. I click on the. Oh, there we are. She's front stage now. I think I got you. Just like that. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay!
Hallelujah.
Oh my God. It's just been a whirlwind of technical stuff. So yeah.
And now, yeah.
Are we still good?
Yeah.
No?
You know what, Kyla?
Yeah.
Hang on a second here. I'm going to see if I can invite you into Instagram. I don't know if that's going to mess things up. It might. Because you're cutting out here still, and it's not you, it's me. I probably can't find you here. What are you on Instagram as?
Easy breezy dogs.
You're frozen again.
Oh, easy breezy
Can
dogs.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Somebody's internet's not good. Yeah, Vena's saying your internet's not good. I can't hear you. Yeah.
I'm
You're freezing.
I'm right beside my
yeah, you're freezing.
All right. How about you go ahead and
Yeah. I can hear you. Your clicking comes through pretty good. Like your keyboard. I can hear your keyboard, but I just can't hear your voice. Hey, Southern California, Crocheted Creations, welcome. Welcome. Okay. We've got lots of dogs that are assholes here. People are really waiting.
Oh, Karen just left. Oh no.
Mm.
You disappeared and now you're back. Can you hear me? No? All right, Karen. I'm just gonna let you go ahead and finish your live stream. I'm sorry for all the stuff that's happening, and can't wait to chat with everyone when we can. And in the meantime, you can all follow me on Easy Breezy Dogs on both Instagram, Facebook. Sorry.
This is ridiculous, and I do apologize. We will reschedule Kyla to come back and talk about her 2 cool books. If you're interested to have a sneak preview before we will do this, we'll just have to figure out a better spot. Her 2 books are called Brain Games for Dogs and My Dog is an Asshole, because we all know the saying that says a tired dog is a good dog. But as Tracy Franken likes to say, and I agree, a fulfilled dog is a good dog. And when you have the hot weather that we've had these last few days, where look at Prince, he's going like, what do you mean fulfilled? It's tough to get out and run and throw the ball and all that sort of stuff. So Kyla has written these books. If you want to see them, type book in the comments. And if you're on Instagram, type book in the comments. If you're on Facebook and the others, just type in book and we'll make sure that you get a link to order those books. If you want a sneak preview before we figure out how we're going to get Kyla to come back and do this again when we have the right signal. We might just go full on Instagram, because then we don't have any issues. I have a feeling my internet here will never be able to support Restream multiple platforms. I'm sorry for that, but my apologies. All right, I'm going to dig back in here to some questions. I hope you can hear us here. Are those of you, thanks for joining in on Facebook, and those of you that are on Instagram. I'm going to come back here and talk to all of you. My dog gets her DLC. I'm going to go back as far as I can here. Hey, from Chicago. Make sure I've answered. Good. I'm glad you can hear me. I still have them. Yeah, okay, good. All right. Pitbull pulls me when walking. How do I get him to walk and not run? Mirror on the wall. Yeah, my puppy mill. I love my puppy mill Havanese. He's an asshole. I have a Havanese. He's an asshole too, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with him being from a puppy mill. Mine was well bred, and he's still an asshole. But he's 12 now, so he's not as bad. Yeah. Okay, it's working. Okay, that's okay. So we'll start there. Thank you. We're going to start there with the Havanese. So, how old is he? What's he doing? What's he telling you? My Havanese is an asshole. And he started off when he came here by he would if he gets Kleenex and he takes all his toys. He still does that. Takes all his toys into his bed. And if any of the other dogs come near, he just growls and they move away. They get the message. But as people, if I want the toy, I can get the toy. But I usually offer him something else. We do the share game. I'll say, and he knows now. He picks up a Kleenex. He trots right out to the laundry room where we keep our treats and stands there, and then goes spits out the Kleenex or whatever he's got and looks for his treat. Give him a treat, and then he just walks away. He doesn't care about the treat, or he doesn't care about the Kleenex once he knows he's done something. And that has it took us probably 3 or 4 years to get to that point of habit. Because as people, as humans, sometimes we let ego get in the way and go, hey, I told you to let go of that. You're going to let go of it. But on the other side of it, there's a safety factor. When they pick up stuff that's not good for them, you want to get them and you tend to panic. And then the dog picks up that panic. So you don't want to do that. You want to just say, okay, I mean, you swallow it. He just picks up. Dogs love to shred things. One of the cool games that's in this book of Kyla's for dogs that pick up Kleenex and then want to guard it is I just give them. I actually broke him of that by one Christmas. I brought him in the room with me while I was wrapping gifts, and I just let him shred everything. He just shredded everything. He had a field day, but I didn't. I just kept wrapping presents. Every time I had an empty roll, I just dropped it in the floor. He shredded it, and after that, he just was like, "Okay, I'm done with this." He'll still pick them up, but then he's kind of like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then he'll go out, and even then, we'll still give him a treat. And he's 12 years old. So, that's one thing. The other thing that happens, or that did happen when we first got him, was you'd pet him and he'd growl. And that was because he had been kept as a puppy in a playpen, and a kid who was petrified of him was put in the playpen with him to touch him while he was eating. No freaking wonder he's growling when he's when he's eating. So it took us a long time to get out of that. But the solution there, if you got a dog that growls at you when you touch him, just don't touch him. Just don't touch him. Let him go. My Pippi, she doesn't growl. She used to curl her lip at me when I touched her, and that's because of where she came from. But she loves to snuggle. She loves to get right up beside me as long as I don't touch her. If I touch her, she gets off. So she's telling me, look, I really want to be here. Dogs don't touch each other. Dogs don't pet each other. So that's it. So I don't know, Mary, if that helps you with your puppy mill having his asshole. I have one, so I can relate. Okay. Mirror on the wall. I love that name. My pit bull pulls me when walking. How do I get him to walk, not run? Well, I teach him to walk nice on a leash. You might want to get some professional help for that. You can sign into Your Dog Thinks video, my subscription. It's in my bio. If you're on Instagram, go to my bio and click on the stand store for the Your Dog Thinks video vault. I have a full session in there, and it works. It's foolproof with just about any dog, but you really have to work it. And then you can add different tools. But I want to get the dog to make good choices. And I teach hey, Kathy, good to see you. Thank you for coming back. We lost Kyla, unfortunately. Our email, my internet just wouldn't hold it. So now I'm on a different signal altogether. Me and technology, it's been a day, I tell you. But anyway, where was I? They don't, but not want, pulling. So I want to teach a dog to make good choices. So I would go right back to basics. I'd look for a reputable trainer, but I go right back to basics, and I might put them on even as I can do this on a 6-foot leash. I prefer a longer one so they make better choices, but I just do it what I call a choice loop walking. Teach that dog to make good choices teaching him that when he feels that leash tap him on the shoulder, he better pay attention because you're going hard the other way. But honestly, it's step by go into the video vault, subscribe for a month, and then get what you need from it, and then leave if you don't like what else is in there. But that's my advice. Or hire some professional help, because if pit bulls are strong and he's pulling you when you're walking, and chances are you're pulling him back. Get in here. So the more you pull, the more he pulls. It takes two to pull, and he is pulling, you're pulling back. I tend to stop. So, and I anchor the leash to my waist. So you can't see me here, but I'll anchor the leash to my waist. Like I hang on to the handle, stack my hands, brace it against my body, and I wait. And then when he comes back, or it even it gives me a little bit of a lean towards me to release that tension. Yes, good dog. Then I'll go a different way, or I might go with him. But if he stops again, so what you want to do, mirror on the wall, when you're teaching this process is. Set your walk time by time, not distance. Don't say, I'm going to go walk 3 miles or I'm going to walk 3 blocks. You say, I'm going to work with this dog for 15 minutes and he is not going to pull me. And don't think that he's not getting exercise because he's exercising this, because all of a sudden the fight is over. You've likely taught him that the walking is about the fight. You pull, he pulls. Now when the fight's not there anymore, now he's got to think. And when he thinks, he gets tired. And that's the definition of a fulfilled dog. So is that back there. Prints. I know we've got portrait or cinematic mode or something on here. And don't ask me how to take that off, those of you that are watching me on Facebook, because it may never happen. All right. Thanks, Elaine Marie. Hey, welcome. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay. Vina sent me a question here. So Vina's coming. She comes in on WhatsApp with some questions. So we'll go back and forth. Crocheted Creations by Tanya. I'm training my dog to be a service dog. I took on a lot of firsts for her, and she did perfect until the last 30 hours of a boat ride. Sometimes scared her awake, then she got fixated on a balloon. Okay, so here's the question about service dogs. A, how old is it? B, what service is she providing for you? And C, recognize that training a service dog to be of service to you is a lifelong thing, and you want to introduce them to one new thing at a time. A 30-hour, you did say 30 hours there, right? Even if it was 3 hours. If it's longer than 30 minutes and it's the first time, it's too long. You want to condition a dog to new experiences, whether it's a boat ride or a car ride or getting in the car and getting out of the car in short spurts. In, reward, back out. Whew, dog goes, man, I didn't die there. That's good because I thought I was going to die. Seriously, folks, I thought I was going to die because I've never been in this thing before. And because dogs are predators, they think everything is about their survival. So 3 hours, 30-hour boat ride, that's why I'm reading that. That's too long. And because what that does is, and then she's fixated on a balloon because now she's just looking for an out. She's just looking like, what else can I do here? So you want to make every new experience happy. And I like to work on a basically it's sort of a 2-to-1 ratio. If I'm working that dog for, a new experience, maybe for 15, 20 minutes or half an hour, I'm going to let it rest for 2 times that long. Like if it's working with me to be adjusted to crowds, for example, like I had Pippi at an event in May. I took her into our big event. We had a banquet, took her into the banquet, and there's people everywhere. And she's never been in that kind of a crowd before. So we went in, we stayed for 15 minutes. I took her back, put her in her crate, let her sleep for the rest of the night. She was baffed. But when you're doing something like a boat ride for the first time, you want to be the dog when it's, and then all of a sudden she's scared. She woke up and was scared and she fixates on stuff because she's just trying to survive. Shorten it, short spurts, one thing at a time, and document everything that you've taught her, all of her new experiences. Keep a list. And so that you know each week what's going on and what she's had and what she hasn't had, so that you know when she thinks should to her if it's not on your list, and keep it short, and then lots of praise and reward, and then go and let her have a rest in a quiet spot with you. That's my advice. Okay, let's come back here. Hey, Benji Patty, welcome back. Okay, artspot.la. My golden doodle barks uncontrollably. Now, for you folks on here, on my Facebook, I'm looking at my phone on YouTube or on Instagram because it's never let me down. Restreams never served me well. I'm done with it. Anyway, lost that. Okay, my golden doodle barks uncontrollably at any dog he sees when we are driving in the car. But when he's out and about, he doesn't bark at all. So what do you do when he barks like that? Sometimes it's the movement, it's the herding instinct. They just want to get out and chase or play, or maybe he thinks if he's been allowed to meet every dog he sees on the street, maybe maybe he thinks he's supposed to go play, and that's just a call to action, like let's go play, because like you say, he sees him on the street, he doesn't care. That's we're going to do this My Dog's an Asshole series again, because I see all kinds of questions coming up, and the answer is always in Kyla's book. It's totally in Kyla's book. Anyway, because Prince used to do that, and I just go, I just lower it, like I lower the energy. I don't yell and go, hey, stop that. I just go, nope, not today, and then I keep driving. The other thing is, if he has free reign in your car, like running all over the place, I don't allow that either. I would put him on a harness. I use Kurgo harness because they've got metal clips, but I would put him on a harness to minimize his ability to move. And then you can do some other things. Like I've had people bonk, he bonks, boom, you throw a towel. Where did my bonk go? Yeah. I throw up like bonk, just bonk him. Nope, bonk. And just to interrupt that state of mind. That's it. But keep your energy calm. Don't yell at him because you're joining in the bark. And if you're in the habit of letting him meet every single dog he sees when you're on the street, don't do that. Change the habit so that he starts to recognize that he has to defer to you, not every dog that he sees on the street. All right. I'm going to teach my kitty, you mean your cat, how long is it not to rush the door? This is from Elaine Marie. I'm going to teach my kitty not to rush the door. How long is reasonable per incident? Smoochie loves the neighbor's grand dog. I don't know what the question is there, because if you're talking about your kitty, I can't help you with the cat, other than I just wouldn't let it go near the door. I'm not a cat trainer, but same thing as dogs. Like, you can't, cats are going to go. I just, you can't go near the door. Okay. Yeah. Reasonable per incident. How long is reasonable per, I don't know what the question is. I work door manners. I'll do 15-minute stints, and then I'll put them away. And then the next time I get out, we go to a different door. Okay, let me see here. We got some more questions here. I'm going to go back to my list because I'm scrolling. Thank you everybody for staying, by the way. We're way over time here. We started late. Yeah. So how can I get my dog not to be scared or reactive towards balloons? Just get a bunch of balloons and put them in the house, and don't let them break, because that's what starts that. So it says, until the last 30 hours of the boat ride. Like, I think you mean 30 minutes, but how long was it in the first place? Like, so what she's telling you is like, then she got fixated on balloons. Like, yeah. So if you want her not to be reactive towards balloons, just have balloons sitting around the house and don't pay any attention to them, and make sure that nobody breaks them. Nobody plays games with them. They're just there, because balloons, they're deadly to dogs if they happen to break them and then swallow them. But that's what I would do there. All right. Hey, Benji Patty, welcome back. 1.5-year-old Multi-Poo uses her pee pad perfectly for a year, and now she goes and pee pad and pees around it. Pad's clean. She's fixed. Not sure what's going on. Help. Yeah, pee pads are not my thing. Pee pads teach dogs to pee inside. I would take the pee pad away and I would put her on a schedule of going outside. You go outside, take her to the same place every time. If you live in an apartment, find a yard or a place, a green space you can take her to. You can take her to do her business, and then you bring her back in and you put her in the crate, and then just repeat. Take the pee pads out of the house. No more pee pads. Yep. And so that means you've got to put her on a schedule. And she's 1.5 years old, I would take her right back to puppyhood. Outside every hour and back in. Outside every hour and then back in the crate. Okay. And then praise, and that's it. No freedom in the house. When she's in the house, if you cannot supervise her, she needs to be in a crate. And when you want her out with you, she's attached to you, so that you are reminded to go on a schedule, to take her outside on a schedule. Okay, we got some side conversations going on here. Bear 302, my 2-year-old Bernedoodle demands something, and I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, my dog has issues with balloons. I think we talked about that over the weekend, how to get her not to be reactive to balloons because she's in training. Yeah, well, then as I said, don't take her out in public where there's balloons. Get her used to balloons in the house in a quiet spot, so that she's not going to go outside and blow up. And I don't know, and then let me know what service she's performing for you. My daughter's Westie. This is from Allerton W. My daughter's Westie watches TV and gets very frustrated, angry, constantly barking and moving in front of the TV. We've tried a leash, but he's still barking. Any suggestions on helping that? Okay. Here's what I would suggest. I would not wait till he starts barking before I put the leash on. I have done this several times with many dogs. None of my dogs react on the TV anymore, but some of them started out that way. So I bring them, I keep them on at least with something I call sit on the dog, or teaching them to master the art of doing nothing. Sit on the leash, short leash, with just enough slack for the dog to lay down beside me. I don't care if you want to put him on the couch, that's fine, but he has to stay there. And then when something comes up on the television that he would normally bark at, if he's pacing back and forth in front of the TV, that's way too much freedom. And you are adrenalizing him, you're jacking him up, and he thinks that's okay until all of a sudden it's not. So don't let it get started. Keep him bring him into the room when it's TV time, sit down. When something, he's got about, when I say just enough slack to lay down, I mean just enough slack that he can only focus on being comfortable. He doesn't have enough to rush at the TV. Only enough leash that he has to think about what he needs to be comfortable. That's it. Nothing else. So that he doesn't have to work. He doesn't have to get all jacked up. And then when something comes on that he, would normally, he's going to kind of get hyped up, just ignore it. I wouldn't even pat him. I just ignore, just sit there, and you have to yourself stay grounded. And then eventually over time, you have to be consistent with this. You have to do this every single time. And if the TV is on and you're not watching it, and he has a habit of rushing into the room to charge at the TV, no freedom in the house. Have him attached to you or in a crate, so he doesn't have that opportunity until eventually the TV becomes a non-event, and you keep him relaxing beside you all the time. Okay. All right. I hope that helps. But you got to stick with it. It'll take some time. I had Debbie Pasteur. Yeah, this is about dogs. It's about, dogs that are assholes. Because that running in front of the TV and barking is an asshole behavior, but it's up to you to stop that. All right. I'm going to go back to, I've a whole bunch of people scroll by here, and I've missed a bunch of questions. I know that. So I'm going to come down here. Louis 05 Picardo. Why does my dog eat poo? His own poo or any poo? Dogs eat poo. And there's something, there's some science and some research that indicates it may be genetic. So there's a good chance one or both of his parents did the same thing. There is some speculation about diet. I've never found that, to be honest with you. I just find every single Labrador retriever I ever owned ate poop. None of the dogs I have here now eat poop. I have a Malinois, I have a Pomeranian, Havanese, and a Papillon, and none of them eat poop. It's generally genetic. So how do you solve that problem? Is you just don't give them the opportunity. You want to be on top of it. When they poop, you pick it up. When you go near a place where there might be another dog or animal poop, if you think he's going to eat it, you move him on by it. You eliminate the opportunity. That's it. Keep your yard spick and span, and don't let them get near any other place. Reagan Weather, any leash training tips for a dog who is fearful, aggressive with every dog they meet? Well, my question would be, don't meet them. Walk with them. When you say meet, how do they meet? So many people create fear, aggression in dogs by introducing them inappropriately. They make them go nose to nose. They say, okay, come on, meet. You want to meet them. And they drag them towards each other. And dogs do not. They're predators. They do not like direct eye contact. Direct eye contact to a dog is a threat. So what they do is they will react. They'll go, well, this dog's trying to kill me and I'm going to kill it first. So what you want to do is either have them walk beside you at a distance. Hey, Tracy, welcome back. I know it's been a day, hasn't it? Yeah. So you just get them to walk beside each other. If you can, you get one dog to sniff the other dog's butt. That's their handshake. Call that the doggy handshake. I have a ton of things in my Your Dog Thinks video vault for that. If you want to subscribe to that, go to my bio and click on that link, or you can check that out in YouTube. So we've got a little bit of I want to just one more time. Kyla Denault, we were here. He's written a book that's really cool called My Dog is an Asshole. It is full of, you can see these yellow stickies in here? I use this book all the time. And a lot of the questions that you're asking are addressed in this book, but it's a fun thing to do because each book, it's a coloring book for adults. We're going to talk more about this next week. But if you want a sneak preview, you want to get your copy of these now before we get Kyla back here. Again, when we have strong internet, we're just going to come on Instagram for the next one. Instagram only, so we don't lose the feed. But get the book now. Type book in the comments, and it'll take you. You'll get a link for that. Take you right to it, so that you can check them out and order your copies. All right, I'm going to go back to here again. Where are we here? Okay. Yep. How do I get the dog to stop jumping on people? Yeah, there's two questions here for that. Yeah, stop jumping on people. Okay. Well, there's a couple of ways to do that. First of all, you got to work on that in the house. So oftentimes people have a dog that jumps on people because they let the people all over the dog, and the dog is jumping either to get them to back away or to take over the conversation. So number one rule, when your dog is meeting people, don't let them touch it. No petting allowed. And if possible, you want them to step forward into the dog space, and your job is to teach the dog to sit. And if you need to, you intervene and go between the dog and the person they're meeting. Don't stand behind them, because that tells the dog they can do whatever they want. You want to be where they can see you, and you also want to teach a really solid sit, so that when the dog hears a sit, he knows he's going to get a reward. I teach sit at the beginning with lots of food, lots of rewards, and then afterward just becomes a habit. It's a brain pattern. So to teach them to not jump on people, your people have to be following your advice to say, look at me, don't look at the dog, you don't look at him, you don't talk to him, and you don't touch him. That's it. And then you teach a sit. All right. And interrupt. Initially, when I'm teaching it, I'll go between. In the house, I practice this like crazy. I step forward into the dog space, so it gets used to seeing people. When it approaches, it knows that the default is to back up, not go forward. That's it. And if they get to that point where they're jumping up, I might fold my arms and look away. But you've got to teach that at home before you introduce them to people, and then teach your people to leave the dog alone. No talk, no touch, no eye contact. All right, let's go in here. Okay. All right. I think we've got these ones. Yep, got the ones that were in there. All right, let's going to go back to here again. On Facebook people, if you want to type a thing in the comments there, I think I'll see it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go back to Instagram next time. Okay. So we've got, yep, Westy. We're getting caught up here. It's getting late. Sorry, folks. Yeah, that was 3. Okay. Oh, so back to Crochet Creations by Tanya. She's being trained for deep compression therapy, retrieval medicine, reminder of finding a chair and working on cardiac alert. Woo! If I don't do cardiac alert, she's going to be trained to find help. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's fine. So it's still the same thing though, Tanya. You just have to be patient. If you're worried about fixating on balloons, get some balloons. Just what you want to do is build your relationship with her first, instead of focusing on all the things that she's supposed to do as a service dog. I don't remember how old you said she was, but you want to build that relationship. One of the things that it's in my course or in my bio, is Tracy Franken has an outstanding course on all the steps that I teach in my basic program. She just got them nailed down online to perfection, to at least get connected with the dog before you start asking it to perform tasks that maybe it's telling you it's not ready for. That's what she's telling you. I don't have enough self-confidence to be able to work for you when I can't even look after myself. So you have to back that up to the smallest possible steps. And anything that frightens her, you want to, anything that frightens her, you want to help her work through it, instead of worried about getting her stop fixating on balloons. So you provide balloons around, but you let her know that you're there for her. You're the rock, and I know you need her to be your rock, but first of all, you got to build that relationship. So check out the course in my bio called Relationship Remedy, and that'll get you on the right foot for sure. But also you can throw some balloons around. Just start off with 1 or 2 and then start adding more. I do that with in a ball pool, actually, or a kiddie pool. I would put them in the kiddie pool so she sees they're not coming after her. But I do that in a kiddie pool with plastic balls, and I teach the dog to go in there and get food. So that's another way you can teach the dog to be it's counter conditioning, but to be to accept something that seems to frighten them. So put some balloons around, or sit on the floor with her while you're feeding her from hand, and the balloons are all around. Throw the food near the balloons, just anywhere with 1 or 2 to start with, and then you can start adding more. But do it in a quiet environment when there's no other distractions, and use that food to your advantage. Throw the food on the floor near the balloon, and then add another balloon, feed from hand, hold the balloon under your arm. Anything you can do around balloons that's going to make sure she's hungry and that's going to motivate her to come close to get the food. I would start there, step by step, baby steps. Yep. That would be what I would do and start with. Because and don't expect it to be like overnight. You see, scared or reactive, but that's how I would build her confidence around balloons. You want to get her just basically see the whole world as background noise. And right now you have an issue with balloons, so you want her to think balloons are just like a non-event. Prince will see something and he'll spook on it. And the more you walk them through that with food, the easier it gets with everything that they see that scares them. Because he used to be afraid of just about anything that he saw because he doesn't get into town very often. So I'd stop and I'd wait. And then he'd go, I don't know about this. And then I'd go up and I would pet it. So if it's a balloon, I might pet the balloon, but then I'd bring him food, get him to move closer, just step by step. And then he would work that. I hope that makes sense. All right. Boy, there's lots of people. If you're just joining us, oh, and she's an English bulldog. Cool. Yeah. And they can be spooky like that, but so just take your time. Bullies are a riot. They're very, very, a stoic, if you like. Usually it's unusual for them to be afraid of something because they just blast it with their cement head. But just take your time. If you're just joining us, we had some huge technical difficulties from 5 till 6. Took me till 6 o'clock to get when we finally got it all together. Then my internet wasn't strong enough to support a guest on multiple streams. And the guest was Kyla, author of this book called My Dog is an Asshole. It's a coloring book for adults, full of dog training tips. And you can see in here, see all these yellow stickies? These are basic things that I teach. There's some here on little dog syndrome. See if they sound familiar. Kitchen tips for counter surfing. Ooh, well, that's a good one. Go to place. But she's got it in here as I like to surf. And then there's a whole coloring thing here so you can entertain while you're training. And then each page has a smart ass tip. My dog likes to counter surf. Teach your dog to go to place. And that's go to my YouTube channel or go into and subscribe to through the Video Vault, Your Dog Thinks Video Vault. Tons of that. There's a whole thing there on teaching the 4-step process to go to place and keep a leash on them. So much fun this thing is. And this is the one about, oh yeah, stop the jumping. Here it is. Who has a dog named Lucy? She has a whole story in here on how to teach a dog to stop jumping. Lucy the boxer. And also, yep, never. So it's a smart ass tip. Never touch your dog when they jump up. Ask for a sit, because saying off or no doesn't work, because unless you've taught that you can teach that. I teach pause up, pause off. You teach the contrast. But anyway, there's tons of practical tips in here that just make training fun. That's by Kyla Denault. Type in book if you want to get a copy of. She's got a whole bunch of this type of book even for cats. Someone was asking about cats. Type in book either in the link is in the comments in Facebook, or type it in Instagram and you'll get a link so you can have a look at those. And the other thing before we're getting along here. Here, let me just go in here. All right. Only 40 minutes. Okay. Oh, 40 minutes for the boat ride, 30 minutes for the boat ride. Yeah, probably too long anyway. I would start, if it was the first time, I would do like 10 minutes. All right. Okay, I'm going to go back to here, see if Vena's got some questions for us. I did that one. Yeah, I'm coming back. Somebody asked a question here about leash pulling again. They said that maybe you've already touched it. Yeah, and I know people come and go. If you're just joining us, that's fine. Leash pulling. You want to teach the dog to look at you. We want to teach them to, when they pull, don't pull back. It takes two to pull. So if they pull and you pull back, that's the game. And they think that's the process. So what I like to do is when I get a dog that pulls, because I have open space here, I'm not in the city and not on the street, but if you are only in the city, go to a quiet place, work this in a parking lot or in a public park, something, anywhere where there's not a lot of distractions, and set your pattern. I call it the baseball. So you can set it as a baseball diamond, or you can set it as a big square, put landmarks or little cones in each spot, and go from A to B. And every time the dog pulls or tries to forge ahead of you, just stop. That's how you start. And then when he comes back, reward in exactly the place that you want, which is usually right at your side, walking with you, head at your side. That's where they get their reward, food. And then walk again and just repeat. Then you can start moving a lot quicker. Dog forges ahead. You turn away from the dog. If the dog's on the left, you turn to the right, and boom, back you go towards the other spot. As soon as the dog catches up, feed. Once again, in detail in my video vault, click on the link in my bio and you'll see it. Maybe we'll do that as a campaign next time and just put a vault in there but not this week. Okay, yeah, we did that one. Okay, let's go back to here. Race Girl 277. How do I stop my Malamute from tormenting the cat? He's almost 4 years old. I'm assuming he meaning the dog, and didn't do that until just recently. So if he's 4 years old and all of a sudden he's starting it now, I would still start with the same process. I would have the dog in the house on a leash. He would have no freedom in the house. So the cat learns the two of them learn to coexist. If the cat's tormenting him, I would be stepping in front of the cat to move the cat away, so the dog sees that you've got this under control, and the cat's not going to come near his space. The cat's not a play toy either. By you claiming the cat or stepping into the cat space, keeping the dog away from him, that's one way to do it. Letting the dog know that the cat's not coming near, letting the cat know that he's not allowed to come near. The other way you can do is you can sit on the floor with them. You can get the dog to hang out with you and keep the cat away. Nothing comes into that space. Keep the cat away. And repeat. He's 4 years old. If he's only just started, it might not be an ingrained habit. It might just be something all of a sudden he's discovered. Maybe the cat, I don't know how old your cat. Maybe, if there's some medical thing might be going on, unless he's just looking for entertainment. What does a typical day look like for him? If he's not getting enough exercise, like a proper walk, you might want to get him out, do a proper walk, structured walk where he has to think. In other words, loose leash, keep the leash loose in the way we just described. And that's in there's a whole chapter on that in my video vault. You might want to, and then bring him in and then sit down in the same room with the dog on a leash, sit on the leash while the cat comes and goes. The cat's not allowed to get on your lap while the dog's there. That's your space. Cat can go lay somewhere else. Okay, hopefully that works. Linux Girl 1, my 2-year-old lab is too close to my feet walking around the house. Oh, how do I teach her to give me a little space? Yeah, here's how I would do that. I have a tether around my waist, or I keep a loose leash, a drag, what I call drag line on the dog. And I pick up the line and I face the dog straight on and I shuffle into the space. And that's just to teach it. And so that by the drag line, that means I can guide her to back up when I'm moving into her space. So this is the gentle way to do it. There's other ways, but then I just practice every time she's too close to me. If she starts to bump me, I turn it and I move right into her space to get her to move away. And what you want to do is practice. So you come in the house, you want to, every chance you get, you want to walk into her face. So she backs away. And as soon as she backs away, you can mark that with yes, yes, good dog. Then you can start to label it, move, and she'll move away. I spend a lot of time with all of my dogs in the house, moving through their space. And initially just shuffle so that you don't step on them. But if you want to use the consequence approach, if you like, because right now she thinks it's okay. That's why I say teach her what you want her to do or what you don't want her to do first. Teach her to stay away from you by moving into her space. So she learns to back up. And when she takes that half a step or one step back, stop moving forward. You don't pursue her. You show her that the pressure of me stepping into your space will be relieved when you move out of my space. In other words, I'll stop doing this when you move out of my space. So the idea is just that. Then if she, and that might take a few weeks. It's not going to happen overnight. But another approach, if you want to be tough on, is you can step on her feet. I tend to not do that to start with because I want them to know, first of all, I want you to hang out with me, but I want you to hang out. We each have our own personal space. Another exercise that you can do with that, and I'd have to see it. If you can send me a video, I'd love to see it, but is what we call, Tracy Franklin calls it be with. I call it the turtle game. Sit on the floor with her. Sit on the floor with her and let her understand that your space is your space. And how do you do that? She's going to try jumping all over you. And the reason I call it the turtle game is because as soon as she puts her face in your face or her paws on your body, I curl up like this, like a turtle in its shell. And I just sit there until she backs away, and then I look up. You can find that on my YouTube channel. You can also find it in my video vault if you want more instruction on that. But then eventually what you want the dog to do is understand that she just lays down beside you, and ideally either looks the same way or looks the opposite way, so that you and her are like dogs looking out for danger together. That's what I call the turtle game. And it is described in detail in the video vault that's in my Stand Store in my bio. But it's also, I have videos about with that on YouTube where I show little kids doing it. Kids love to play that game. But that might be, she just may not understand that she's not supposed to be in your space. But so there's two ways to do it. Start off by sitting on the floor with her. And then secondly, stand up and start moving into her space around the house. So she gets used to just moving away from you. Okay, let me see here. I know if I don't get to your questions today, folks, be sure to send me, yeah. Nice girl. Yeah, good. You know the turtle game, so that's good. I'm glad that resonated. But if I don't get to your questions, we had so many difficulties today. By the time I got on this show, my head wasn't in the right space. But send me a DM with your questions, and I promise you, I will do an Instagram. I'll do a recording, and it'll be posted on Instagram for you. If you haven't already, all of these questions that we are talking that get asked and then I answer, we break them up, we edit the video into clips, and they go in on, if you follow me on Instagram. If you don't, why not? Please follow me on Instagram. And then we put these into Instagram subscription that's available only to my people who subscribe on my Instagram. It's like $4.99 a month. And that will be, then you can go in there as often as you want. You can, because I know I talk a little fast to try to get through all the questions, but you can revisit those questions as often as you want. And you can stay as long as you want. And there's tons of them in there. You can scroll all the way through. All right, question over here. Hey, thanks, Mary. Right of all the technical problems. The fox, what do you do if your cattle dog growls at you? It's not over guarding. They want to be around me. They'll ask for and growl the next. Okay. I had a cattle dog. She hardly ever growled except when she was trying to kill another dog, which was frequently. Prince will growl. And sometimes, here's what happens with what I call controlling dogs, is because you did say he wants to be around me, he will ask for affection. So you're saying it's asking. He's telling you, hey, dude, you need to pet me. And then when he's had enough of it, because Prince does this to strangers, he'll go up and he'll nudge them, and he's rude. Like it's rude. It's like me walking up to you and demanding that you're going to hug me. You don't even know me. So that's rude. So he's bugging you. He's demanding affection. He hasn't earned it. First of all, I don't give a dog affection unless they earn it, which means I call them and they come. I ask them to sit and they do, or they just simply hang out and don't bug me. I know that sounds harsh, but I'm more like them than they think I am. So he's demanding affection. There's the first flag. I go, okay, you're demanding affection. You're getting nothing from me. I'll wait till you walk away. Then you touch him, and then he's growling at you, because then he's saying, no, I don't want you to touch me anymore. That's all he's doing. He says, I'm done with you now. Screw off. So here's where I would start. I would start by not giving him affection when he comes in. I'd get up and walk away. Then I'd call him to you. Then I'd give him a touch. Affection should be like a handshake. So it could also brief and to the point. It could be, and this is where Prince has this conversation, even with me, he'll just walk away from me when he's had enough. But with strangers, he'll start to growl. He's like, I don't like this, but I don't think I'm supposed to walk away. So he's telling you, I've had enough. So when he's growling, you just stop touching him. If you like him demanding affection that he hasn't earned, and you don't mind that, just give him that. And then when he growls at you, just stop. Say, okay, I hear you. And then he'll go, okay, you get me. Maybe he'll even stop demanding as much affection, because it's not that much fun. That's how I would treat that, honestly. Danny Brown, how to stop the dog from jumping up on the bed? Just don't let him on the bed. How are you? Good. Welcome. Oh, I'm gonna. I don't know who that is. All right, we'll get that out of there. Oh, no. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to here. How to stop the dog from jumping on the bed. Don't let him jump on the bed. Simple. All right. No. There we go. All right. I wouldn't let him jump on the bed. I put stuff there. I have a leash on him. Dog gets on the bed. Leash on him. I just walk the other way. Hang on the leash, walk the other way. Gets off the bed, and I don't let him get on there again. Nope. Not happening. All right. So there's something went wrong. I don't know what that means. There we go. Oh, comments. Okay. No worries. And that's how I would do that. Simple. Okay. How to stop a dog from how to stop a dog from excessive barking from knocking. So are you saying he hears a knock and he barks? And would that be, if that's the case, and there's a good chance you go, stop it or be quiet. So here's what I would do. A couple things you can do. I would knock, then I would feed before he barks. Knock, feed before he barks. Repeat. Do like 10 sessions a day. 10 sessions a day before someone actually comes to the door. And then if it's going to happen, if you're not fully further enough along on the that's called conditioning to the knock, desensitizing. And then if something happens and a neighbor shows up and he barks, knocks on the door and he barks, just ignore it. Just give him a job, send him to place, teach him to go to place, go get on your bed because I have to go answer the door. But in the meantime, you can desensitize him. We're getting some spammers here. Okay. All right, that's what I would do. And I do that with doorbells because that's a frequent thing with doorbells is ding dong and dog loses its mind. So I would just do that. Knock on the door and use his regular food, not treats. It's breakfast time. How do you eat breakfast? I knock on the wall and then I feed. Knock on the wall and then I feed. And you might do that for like 10 minutes or like a quarter of his breakfast and then give him the rest in a bowl. Just until he hears a knock and he's going to look at you. That's what you want. All right. Okay. I think I saw something go back here. Oh. Well, if my dog doesn't like food or toys, balls, what can I do for motivate to work? Moki.Alaskan If my dog doesn't like food or toys or balls, what can I do? I would be working on your relationship. If he doesn't like any of those things, and what are you to him? What kind of dog is it? And how old is he? And you can start by using, people often think they have to use just treats in addition to the dog's regular food. The answer to that is no. And he might be 3 or 4 days with no food. And then you're going to find out he's going to get motivated really, really fast because you give him no treats and you put his food down for like, offer him food from your hand. I don't put the food down. When I'm trying to motivate a dog or build food drive, it's called building food drive in a dog for work. So I can teach them some cool things that they're going to love to do once they figure the game out. I will have all of their food in my pocket. Then I will, offer them. I start by not asking them to do anything. I just offer them the food. And if they turn away, restaurant's closed. See you tomorrow. And same thing again. All right. And then they'll figure it out. That's how you do it. You have to build a food drive. M. Kettleson 56. How to stop a dog from waking me up in the morning with kisses. That's easy. Put the dog in a crate. Simple as that. And simple as that. Put the dog in a crate. Just like that. Put him in a crate. Teach him to sleep in a crate. The other thing is you can also, okay, there we go. You can also just put a pillow over your head. My dogs they don't wake up in the morning till I wake up. They wake up and I go, nope, not yet. And they just go and lay down. I call the sleep-in game. The sleep-in game means you'll get up when I get up. If I get up and go to the bathroom or whatever it is we do in the morning, you still have to stay there until I say it's time to go out. And there's a good chance, because initially when it happens, you think it's cute, right? Oh, look, he's kissing me. I don't want to wake up yet, but it's so cute. Yeah. So then he thinks that's the thing. He got a reaction from you. He got some affection from you. Now it's annoying. So whenever your dog does something that seems cute now, but if it just keeps up, you're not going to be happy about it. You need to stop it now. And that's what happens with the kissy thing. Yeah. So put him in a crate. Don't let him on the bed. Put a pillow over your head. Don't give him any kind of attention. Ignore him till he goes away. So you put the pillow over your head. He goes away. You put the pillow down. If he's in your face again, nope, put him away. He's just going to learn that there's nothing in it for him. All right. Because he's waking you up because he can. And he gets a reaction because you probably get up and go, okay, you can go outside and go pee, or okay, here's your breakfast. You're doing something. You need to do nothing. When I'm teaching a sleep-in drill, dogs start moving around at 4, 5, 6 in the morning. I don't do anything. And they just learn to, all right, nothing in there for me. Dogs are always looking for their advantage. And sometimes we don't even recognize what's an advantage, but they do. They recognize, if I do that, I get this. So don't give it to them. All right, folks, we've got 2 minutes left. I just want to say one more time, I deeply apologize for all the technical issues we had. A couple of things I want to announce. We have a webinar, free training masterclass coming up September the 16th and the 18th, same training, 2 separate times. One is 11 in the morning on the 16th, 7 at night on the 18th. And those, if you own a business or you want to own a business, whether you're a dog trainer, a dog groomer, any kind of a professional in a small business, I am going to teach you how to attract more clients. It is all about attracting clients, building your email list, all the things that connect you with people. That's what the training's about. So type in style in the comments and you'll get a link to register for that webinar, because registration is going to be limited. I can only do so many people, and we want to get you signed on now so that we won't have these technical issues that we had today, by the way. It'll be it's a Zoom link. So you'll get the Zoom link once you register. So type style in the comments if you want to learn how you can attract more clients to your business, or maybe even your life. Get along better with relationships with the people you work with. And if you are interested, we unfortunately, Kyla couldn't stay with us today, but she was coming on to talk to us about her book. I know this is backwards, but my dog is an asshole. Just type book in the comments and you will get a link directly to the different versions of this. Comes in French too, by the way. This and brain games for your dog. She's got a bunch of these really cool coloring books full of training tips on the side. And she's got circuit training, everything that's just basic obedience that we all learn teach, but she just makes it so much more fun. So type book in the comments. Okay, so so you say advice for no, not that one. It's what if he has to go potty? Is this the kissy one? I've lost the thread there. If he has to go potty, and that's the he's still kissing you in the morning. Well, that's you're gonna have to get up and let him out to go potty, and then put him in a crate. Go back to sleep, depending on what time it is. I just have no patience for that. Like, don't do it. Don't feed into it. It's your house. You pay the mortgage. He has to follow your rules, and it's just put a structure in there. If he cut off his water early at night, take him out last thing at night before you go to bed, and if he does wake you up, take him out for a potty break and put him to bed. Put him back in his crate and go to bed. Go back to bed. Okay, Joanne Kennedy 9469. I love this question. The separation anxiety. How would I help me with separation anxiety? It just started when I was away for 2 weeks. My other dog's fine. I'll tell you what. That's a question close to my heart because I was away for 3 weeks and I left Prince with a pet sitter. And here's what, so when you were away for 2 weeks, Joanne, where was your dog? There's a good chance he was staying with somebody. Was he staying with like a pet sitter or a family member? Prince was with a pet sitter. And I did say to her, he needs to be in the crate alone on these times, this time, this time, this time, and during the day. And she didn't do that. And when I came home, now he doesn't like to be left alone. So what we do is we give him a little more alone time. So the thing is, you have to break it into, if he was fine before, he'll be fine again. It just means that he's off schedule for 2 weeks. He might've had someone with him 24/7, giving him, hey, Lynn, how are you? Giving him all kinds of attention. And this is like just cool hanging out. And now you're back and you've got to go somewhere because you have a life. So you want to introduce it back in small steps. If he's ever been in a crate, put him back in his crate. I can put Prince in his crate now. He kicks up a fuss because he's saying, hey, what are you doing here? I didn't have to be in here for 3 weeks, but he's been there and he's okay. So he just lays down and he'll know that I'm coming back. So my suggestion on that would be to just slowly and gradually reestablish your daily routine that you had before you went away so that he understands that he can't push you around like that. And that he understands that you're coming back. Don't think of it as I was away for 2 weeks. He missed me. Now he doesn't want me to go out of his sight. No, there's a good chance that he just had 24/7 attention, and now he expects that to continue. They get onto that pretty quick. Prince is 5.5 years old, and this is the first time I've seen it. And it was because she was taking him all. They were having a heck of a time, big party life. He didn't miss me at all. It wasn't about me. It's about the fact that he's used to this activity level, and now all of a sudden it's back to the way it was. And it's taken me just this weekend I was at the lake with him, is the same thing, 24/7. But now he's getting the idea. He's sort of like, okay, I get it now. I know you're coming back. And so just go back to your daily routine and just persist. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, with a friend at your house. Yeah, exactly. So they were there 24/7. Dog was not likely ever left alone. That would be my guess, because they would feel an obligation to you. And so your job is to it's kind of like when the kids have gone to granny's for a couple of weeks, they are like having a field day when they go to granny's, and then they come home and they go, what do you mean we got to go to bed at 8 o'clock? Yeah, you got to go to bed at 8 o'clock because that's bedtime. Well, granny let us stay up till 10. Doesn't matter. I'm not granny. You got to go to bed. And you pretty much got to do the same thing with the dog. Just stick back to your daily routine that they always had. Don't give him any freedom in the house when you're not there. If he's not crate trained, you might want to try to do that, because if separation anxiety dog can often cause a lot of damage when you leave if they're not used to that. So find a safe place where you can leave him, where he's going to be okay, and just get back into your regular daily routine. It's a tough one. Yeah. Okay. We'll do one more question here. I'm just going to check down at see what Venus put in for me, and then we'll do a little bit of reminders. Tap on the screen if you have got any benefit from this today. And I'd really like to know, because it's been, yeah, okay, here's another really good one. Thank you. It's been a day. It's been a day for technology. I have to say, I really appreciate. I'm so grateful to all of you for sticking around and coming back and checking in if you're here for the first time. And if you've missed some of the questions that were earlier, the recording will come out at 1 hour, the whole hour. But also, because we'll edit it down, but also we take the questions, each question and each answer, and we put it in our Instagram subscription. Be sure it's $5 a month. You can go in there as often as you want. You can stay. You can come back. You can rejoin, and you can hear the questions that you missed instead of having to go through the whole hour, because we put captions on that says what the question is. Patty J. Pat, how to help a 10-month-old hold a 10-month-old with reactivity around dogs and humans on walks. I walk him twice a day. How much off leash time does he get? And what's going on? What kind of reactivity? Is it because he wants to play? Does he get to meet every dog he sees? What else is going on? What I would suggest for a dog like that, I mean, you can hire someone to come and help you with the reactivity, but also one of the things that if you find a structured daycare where they don't just let the dogs run crazy, they actually do some training with the dogs, you'll get a good daycare, and they can work on that all the way through just to get them used to that. The other thing about humans is don't let him, he might think they're going to come into his space. Keep moving. Here, let's go. Teach him a nice, solid, loose leash walking style where he's got to focus on you. And then when he sees something, you don't wait till he's reacting. You get him engaged with you by looking at you, and then keep walking. But I had a discussion with somebody about this last week with a reactive dog, and we brought him into one of my students in my dog trainer training school. She runs a daycare, and we came up with this plan for this reactive dog. We said, let's try him in daycare. And brilliant, because she has a very, very good daycare where she structured the dogs have work time, they have rest time, and then they have supervised playtime. And for a dog that's reactive to people and other dogs, it's perfect structure. So look for a daycare like that in your area, or let me know where you are and I'll help you find one. Send me a DM. All right. Oh yeah. My almost 2-year-old, this is from Addie Lemke. This will be the last question, then we'll do a reminder, and we'll wrap up here. Thank you so much for staying. My almost 2-year-old golden retriever randomly will start nipping at my pants or shirt, and then leads to my hands and wrists. He gets more aggressive and feisty with it and won't let up. And then it turns to jumping on me and biting at me. I believe he thinks he's playing. He must play rough at his daycare. Okay, he's at a daycare with other dogs. Okay, good. Yes. So what do you do when he starts that? Oftentimes they're looking for that. It's okay, Marcia, we survived. Thanks. It's sometimes when I got this guy here, Archie. I don't know if you can see him for the Instagram people, but Archie, the St. Bernard poodle, he does that. He gets tired. He'll start biting at your feet. Then he'll bite your hands, and he just basically does the same. He moves up your legs to your hands. I just fold my arms, and I stop moving, and then I look away. And I might go, don't do that. Then I'll walk into his space. If he jumps on you, I'm going to fold my arms, walk into his space. I'd keep a drag line on him too, so that if you go to see him jump, step on that line so he can't move his head. And just keep at it. You've got to let him know, almost 2 years old, Goldens are, I see that kind of frequently with them, but stop all engagement. Just ignore, don't talk, don't touch, don't look at him, shuffle into his space, let him know there's nothing in it for him. And then when he pulls away and stops, you go, good boy, let's go. And then you just start moving again, or just carry on with your day. Don't do anything. Just let him know there's no advantage to him to do that, to be an asshole, because that's what he's doing. Just withdraw all of you from him when he does that. Instead of saying, no, stop it, off, leave it. Total nothingness when the dog engages with you inappropriately like that. Okay. All right, folks, we're going to sign off here. Thank you so much for your patience for everything that we had today. We're like a full hour late. We will be back next Tuesday, and I will do my best to be here at 5:00 because I'm only going to be on Instagram next week. I'm not going to try the other one. So those of you that are on Facebook or YouTube, please follow me on Instagram so that you can take advantage of these free live trainings. And next week we will try to get Kyla back so she can talk to you all about her books, why she created them, what's in them, how they can help you, whether you're a pet owner or a business owner. You're going to learn the secret to why Kyla created these books. So excited to share that with you. And if you're looking as a business owner, you want to know how to attract more clients, type style in the comments, and you'll get a link to the webinar that I'm hosting in September, 2 different time slots, limited registration. It's free. but we want to limit the registration so we can have some engagement, and you'll learn how to collect attract more clients and keep them coming back. And if you want to check out Kyla's books, type book in the comments and we'll send you a link where you can get them. Thank you everybody for joining in. I hope to see you back here on Instagram next Tuesday at 5. If you haven't followed me, please follow me. And if you want short clips to these questions that we answered tonight, be sure to subscribe to Instagram, my Instagram live. It's only $5